This episode of the Triangle Offense podcast is hosted and sponsored by Unheralded Media. Unheralded Media is a digital media collective formed all by the love of basketball. So if you make videos, podcasts, articles, or you're a photographer or a videographer, and you love and specialize in making content surrounding the game of basketball, come to Unheralded and we'll host and sponsor your content. Whether it's NBA, WNBA, NCAA, or even the high school level, we'll take in your content and you can join us and form a special community. So if you do want to join, DM us at Unheralded on Instagram, Twitter, and all the other social media platforms you can find on our website, www.unheralded.xyz/web. Thank you for listening. Welcome to the second episode of the Triangle Offense podcast, the only podcast where we don't believe in Chris Middleton anymore. First off, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling today?
We good, man. How y'all feeling?
Bro. I'm ready.
We great. First off, last episode we did the East questions. We knocked that out. This episode we got a show for y'all. We got the West questions. But more importantly, we had some trades in the past week. First and foremost, Damian Lillard is a Milwaukee Buck. How we feeling about that?
That's a great pickup for Milwaukee.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They heard Giannis said, "If we don't win, I'm out." They got straight to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Like fantastic front office.
Yeah,
They heard him say one little thing because we all know Giannis be like he be trolling the media, like he be unserious with the media.
That's what I'm saying. He always talking about how he don't want to join the team to win the chip and stuff like that. But even like he said one thing, it was like, all right, we get to work.
He said one thing. They put the suit and tie on the house.
That's how you treat your superstar. That's how you treat your superstar.
It is how you treat your superstar. So first off, the Blazers, they get back DeAndre Ayton, 3 first-round picks, and Jrue Holiday. Now we're gonna get into Jrue Holiday, but Phoenix also gets in this Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. I want to talk about the Suns real quick because you know how I feel. I feel like that depth is coming through, is building.
I would say the depth is coming in for sure, but they got 4 guys who can't finish a season.
Not worried. That was my
in the starting 5. So like I can't it's like they got the depth there, but then it's like after they get injured, that's it. Like God forbid, of course, I'm not saying that they are going to get injured, but it's like if they do, now you just got them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
and then like on top of that, let's say you banking off the fact that they don't get injured, which most championship teams do.
Right.
But you still got guys down the stretch, like rotation players who aren't just like regular role players, they like playoff role players. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Grayson Allen, I would trust in the postseason.
Absolutely.
And like not garbage minutes, but like crunch minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You need a jump shot, and all your stars is locked down. He's a good guy to get a ball to.
And he has experience. He got great experience in the playoffs.
He got experience in the playoffs. So like Grayson Allen is a great pickup, but it's like outside of Grayson Allen, it's like they got good names there to help them, and then, but like I said, that starting 5, 4 players in that starting 5 have not been able to finish the season since 2019, barely playing 50 games. So like I don't know, like I feel like we gotta see in the long run with them. It's not like we'll see when the season starts. Like we can't see how people are playing. We got to see if they're gonna stay healthy.
True.
I feel you. And then we got DeAndre Ayton into Portland. How we feeling about that? I'm excited about that. You know how I feel about that.
I feel like DeAndre Ayton, like I think he just needed a new scenery. Like
Exactly.
I feel like Portland wasn't it after I said Portland. Phoenix wasn't there for him after a while, especially the fan base. Like the fan base was torturing him. Like he just needed to get out of there. So
I feel like they lost him like mad long ago. Like
Nah,
like last season he was a Pacer, and
they
they
lost.
trolled him
Yeah,
and they matched his contract and he was stuck there.
nah,
yeah,
yeah.
So I feel
they
like
lost,
he was over it for a grip.
yeah, they lost him in like uh after they lost the finals, they lost him to me. Like
High key.
so, like he's been mentally checked out.
Like his
So
stock is mad low, and he was still averaging like 18 and 10 last year. So and he's still young. So
yeah,
with Scoot, with Ant Simons, with
Shaden
like
Sharp.
Shaden Sharp,
Yeah,
I'm feeling good about that.
to me, like I feel like the Trailblazers they turned Dame into a really like deep kind of team. But I wouldn't if there's questions on who the number one is, I don't think it's Aiton.
Nah,
I think it's Anthony. I think it's
I
Anthony.
think it's still Anthony Simons.
Like
Anthony, but they
he
talking about some Anthony Simons about to come off the bench.
that don't even make sense.
I don't
Because you
agree
got
with
to think
that.
about it like this.
If he
One,
come off the
he
bench,
had
that's man of the year, hands down.
not
Word.
word, but like one when you got a player like Anthony where he has came off the bench, like he done his due diligence as
And the
far as
time
like
he needs to be
work
the
his
one
way
starting.
up. He has to be a starter and he has to be one of the leaders of this team.
So
Especially
yeah,
especially with Dame leaving the reins to him, like
yeah, for
And
sure.
he
you
was
got
playing with Dame on the court down
facts.
the
Yeah,
stretch.
he was
So it's
playing
like he
with
can do
Dame.
that with Scoot.
That's what I'm saying. So that was my next thing. Like, say it gets to a conversation like who does come off the bench? Is it Scoot or Shaden?
I feel like Shaden
Shaden,
got to come off the bench.
Shaden got to come off the bench.
Shaden got to come off the bench. Yeah,
It's
Because
not,
he's also like an energy guy. Like I can see him developing and just being, especially if his shot get better, he could be like a J.R. Smith type player.
right. Yeah, I think Scoot need the keys. Like Scoot need the keys. You gotta give Scoot.
He got it's all free. It's all free
Yeah,
for him now.
he got all the freedom in the world right now, and they immediately gave him something to work with. So
Is
like
like off the rip.
off the rip, so the Blazers are really doing a good job with what they got over there right now.
Or I gotta give him credit for that. Like I kind of expected like they was going to fumble a little bit,
Yeah,
but they really like pushing it.
because we know how this is with Dame saying he's gonna leave, blah blah blah, and then he ends up staying there because he rescinds his trade request and all of this, that, and the third. Like shout out to the GM declining him, like trying to come back.
Where
Like it, y'all know I've been saying it's time to let all those young guards to finally develop. So
he peeped it. He peeped it. He was like, "Nah, I just gotta see it through, bro. I'm sorry."
yeah, so like um Dame's been hogging up the time there in terms of like letting the young guys eat. So now's their time, and now we're about to see what they're about to do.
And of
I feel
course,
like
oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
another thing with this Portland team, like I like even besides DeAndre, like they still got Jeremy Grant, they got a young Moses Brown, and then the wings they got Matisse. Like I
Yeah,
feel like I feel like they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do for
yeah,
this young squad as far as veterans, shooters, defenders. Like they building a solid squad over there.
High key, if I'm Portland, like they high key paid Jeremy Grant to keep Dame happy, and then Dame immediately called out. High key, I would trade Jeremy Grant at the deadline and get and just like build even more pieces. You feel me?
Jeremy Grant by himself, or would you build a package around Jeremy Grant? Because
I feel like teams are gonna look for a package, but like
yeah,
Jeremy Grant at this point in his career is like a third, fourth option on a championship team. Like nobody should be breaking a bank for a Jeremy Grant. That
they
should just
broke
be like a Tobias Harris type asset.
they broke their bank. Shoot.
I
nah,
mean,
20,
the bank was open.
Yeah, like 5 years, 260 mil for somebody who hasn't finished played 60 games in like 4 years is crazy.
27 years OD.
Like that's ridiculous.
Of
But
course, the Blazers also getting back from Milwaukee in this trade. Jrue Holiday, who is now a Boston Celtic at the cost of Robert
Yo,
Williams, Malcolm
yo,
Brogdon, and two
we
first
got a
round
lot to talk
picks.
about. Nah, we got a lot to talk about because I don't appreciate how Boston like they just keep getting better and they're not getting the job done. So like I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna have to figure it out. Because if they lose this year, they would have cut off. They done. in
I'm
my
gonna
opinion.
let the Celtics fan break it down, but before he do, I just want to say I don't as fire as it is that they getting these names, I don't appreciate how they had to sell their two most important defensive backbones of their team. I don't know how that's about to fare out.
All right, so just to rebuttal of what you just said, Harold, I 100% agree. Um, I think we know about the Clippers messing up while Marcus Smart is not there. So
You hate the Clippers.
yeah, F the Clippers. Excuse my language. I know my parents gonna be watching this, but F the Clippers. Like I hate them. I hope they win 2 games this season. Um, but like the fact that we did have to give those guys up, it hurts. But now that we got Jrue Holiday and like a replacement for Marcus Smart, like I think that's a great like replacement like right away. Um, I think our perimeter defense is probably going to be the best in the league. I don't
Oh,
think,
easily.
yeah, I don't think there's another team that has better perimeter defenders on the squad. And then as far as trading Rob went, like that, y'all know how much I love Rob. So like that definitely stung. But like thinking about it, it's like we didn't get worse or better. Like our paint defense took a hit, but everybody's saying, "Oh, what is Boston going to do now when it's time to guard Joel Embiid and
They got
Giannis?"
signed Dwight Howard.
No, sir. But they like, who's going to guard Joel Embiid and Giannis now? And I'm just sitting here thinking like, Rob was never guarding those guys. It was Al or Grant. So
That's facts.
and everybody's
But
saying,
y'all
oh,
lost Grant Williams too. That was
yeah,
the
we
only
did
piece
lose
y'all
Grant.
lost for
For
nothing.
sure, for sure. But Al was getting those matchups 9 times out of the 10. Grant
Al
was
can't
only
do Al can't do all the work for y'all now though.
but listen. I'm just saying, like until Al shows me signs of slowing down, because every year it's the same thing with Al. Oh, he's getting older. He's not gonna be the same. Blah blah blah. So like until he shows me signs of slowing down, that's when I'll worry. But right now, I'm I'm agreeing. I'm liking the moves. Like I said, we still got like around 17 mil left. So I think we should do something with that. And
Yo,
go
Harold,
ahead.
is this the same Mike that was bashing Al Horford 2 years ago?
I
Bro,
wasn't back
Yeah,
he learned his
2 years
lesson. He
ago. We
learned
went
his
to the
lesson.
finals. What are you talking about? Two
He learned
seasons.
his lesson. He
I'm
learned
just
his
saying,
lesson.
like,
He had his doubts, but now he understand he built differently.
Yeah,
All
I
I'm
mean
saying is he old. But like to be fair, Brooke Lopez also old, and we
that's
don't
what
even
I'm
be questioning
saying.
him his defense for real.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not worried about Brook Lopez. Like Kristaps about to fry Brook Lopez.
if he could stay healthy.
Kristaps about to fry
If
his
he can help.
ACL.
Yo, why you saying that? Yo, that's crazy.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. God forbid.
God
Hey,
forbid.
hey, how you feeling about that, bro?
I'm really upset at that. I'm upset the league just let that happen. I'm gonna be real with you. Because it's like they was already an elite defensive team. Like the way they about to lock up on, like, you gotta really think about it. They're switching 1 through 4. Easy. Easy. And on top of that, it's like they get out and run and they space the floor. Jrue Holiday is a great playmaker as a point guard for them. Like they're
Very
lack
played with pace. He played with a lot of pace.
their lack in their team was size and point guard and having a point guard. So I mean, this is great for them, but this is bad for the league, especially after that Dame trade. Like I feel like the Bucks and Celtics is easily Eastern Conference Finals lock in my
Brother,
opinion.
the Sixers are cooked. Like
Yeah, the Sixers are done.
The Sixers could
they've
cuz.
been cooked, but now it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
hey
but now
man,
it's like for sure, like they're
it's like
done.
it's not even funny no more. But what
Like
make it interesting is like
last year they had to take a 50 piece from JT. This
It's
year they
like
might not like. I don't even know if they see in Game 5.
they
Like
not
that's how
seeing the second round. I'm not even gonna hold you,
like it might get
Yeah,
bad
they
for.
might lose to the Knicks or something.
Oh,
Like,
Joel Embiid is out of there. He's gone.
bro. But it's
So
like now that Dame's moved, you know what I'm saying? Brogdon, Brogdon was moved. We know that it was potential that they was going to use Drew to reroute Harden. I don't know what happens to James Harden now. He might actually be like stuck,
he's gonna be stuck and he's just not gonna play because that's who he is. It's that simple.
bro.
He's like I I'm very critical of Harden, but like and his play style, like he's nice. I know he is, but like him as a person and everything, like we know like Daryl Morey probably did you wrong 9 times out of 10. Like you know how many times like owners or general managers are doing players wrong. So like I get that part. I understand, but it's like you wanted to be before you got traded to the Nets, you wanted to be on the 76ers. That was your first choice. You said that those words came out your mouth. And
true.
you developed a relationship with Joel Embiid. And now, because of personal reasons, um, with beef with the president and the general manager, now you don't want to stay. Like as soon as stuff gets hard, Harden is always running. Like that's like he's
He's a Hall
always
of Fame quitter.
yeah. Hall of Fame quitter, easy,
Nobody
and it's
does it like him.
he's running after he's the one not playing well. Like I don't get that. Granted, he did more than Joel Embiid against the Celtics that series. In my opinion, he won them 2 games.
That's facts.
So I'll give him that. But
I ain't gonna lie. I never seen a day where Mike could give James Harden his
We
props.
we gonna have a hard episode for sure.
yeah, like I just he's a quitter, bro. Like he's a quitter. I can't get with that.
What
He's
just
done.
what just what just gets me is like he already asked out us two situations. Now you literally in like the only beneficial situation for you at this point of your career. I don't know what other team in the league would take in James Harden and it
The
would
Clippers was
actually
trying
like
to. I don't know why. The Clippers
they
was.
but it's like the Clippers don't even need him for real. All they need
Nah,
is
I'm gonna be
health.
real with you. The Clippers is trying to do what the Celtics is doing, but they're just very bad at it. Like, like,
Nah, word.
um, what's it called? Having Russ and Harden back together, then you're gonna try to put in Paul George and Kawhi, and like
That's
I
not
feel like
it.
they just add in players. They're not even thinking about what like how they're gonna like cooperate with each other. Like I don't know if their vision is gonna mesh well. So
We gonna see how it work out. We might even have to transition that real nice into our questions. And because we talking about the Clippers, I'm gonna start my question with the Clippers. I'm just gonna say, is there still a point in keeping Kawhi and PG together when they just can't get it done one way or another? First
yeah,
off, we all know like they just can't stay on the floor. They not healthy. They can't stay on the floor. Obviously, 2021, Kawhi was hurt. PG was carrying. They couldn't get through to the finals last year. PG wasn't really doing it. Kawhi was hurt. Kawhi played like 2 games. Granted,
Yeah,
he still was looking like Michael Jordan, but it
yeah, he
still
was
wasn't
wild.
enough. And then the year when they was healthy in the bubble, they blew a 3-1 lead. So it's like, what are we even still doing here? It's like year 4 of this, and it's like as good as they are on paper every year, it's like it seems like it's just no point.
I mean, to be honest with you, if you really think about it, it's like what are you gonna like move them to? Like, in my opinion, I feel like they have the skill level. Like they're not bad. Like they don't play horrible together.
Mm.
Like I just feel like the biggest thing is them staying healthy. And if they can stay healthy, how far could they go in the playoffs? Like let's be real. That 2020 year was a bad year. Like it was just like everybody gets a you feel me a down year sometimes, but
No
or a
word.
bad playoffs. But I don't know. I just feel as though like people are just giving up. Like this is the problem with the league now. They're not letting players play long enough together. Like 4 years of them barely being on the floor together. Like I don't know. I just need to see them with a healthy season one more time, at least, to see
Yeah,
what they can do.
yeah. Well, I don't necessarily think the Clippers are giving up on them because they still got the keys as far
No
as
word.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, like but people outside the league or well, yeah, like fans basically they're giving up on the Clippers. And like I'm not gonna say like they're right, but I don't think they're necessarily wrong either. Cause like
That's
like
true.
like we saying like Kawhi and PG barely been on the floor together. So it's like, dude, should the Clippers really be should they go in a complete rebuild at this point? And just
I
get
don't even
rid
think they got room to, bro. It's
that's
like
what
they gotta see it
Like,
through.
they was in a complete rebuild their whole existence. Like they might as well just keep the team. They might as well just keep this team like this and just thug it out until one of them leave or something. Like I don't know.
I think
This is the best this is the best they're gonna be for and the most marketable they're gonna be for a
I
while, in
can't
my
see
opinion.
Kawhi going nowhere else. Like he just gonna finish out.
Exactly.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like Kawhi not leaving nowhere, and as long as he says he's not leaving, the Clippers are going to keep him. Like
Exactly.
he's the best thing they got going on. So he's probably the best player in Clippers franchise. So
Mm.
um, I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is what Paul George and Kawhi was supposed to be. Um, it's unfortunate that we couldn't get to see that. And is what's more unfortunate is how like we couldn't get to see that right after Paul George had like such a good MVP year.
Mm.
But
Um,
that was 2018, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
2019.
You know
yeah,
how I feel about that. 2018-19.
yeah. That was such a great year for him. So we're all thinking like, yeah, like PG's back. Like we about to get, and then Kawhi coming with him too. And then like 2020 was just so
They
bad.
had great pieces around them too. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't a
That's facts.
yeah. Like so,
They
it's just
lost that whole like version of that team too.
yeah, like I hate the Clippers organization. I don't hate the players, but like the front office, I hate them. Um, but like they just unlucky. Like they just unlucky. That's all I can say about that. We know Kawhi's needs is cooked, and we know like Paul George is just like after his freak accident, like he's never been like the same in terms of staying healthy either. So
I think I think for Dallas, because I do want to dig into Dallas a little bit. I said, is this the best supporting roster Luca has ever had so far?
This is definitely the best supporting roster that Luka's ever had. But I don't know if it's enough to get him a ring.
I I mm, I
I
say
don't
like
know.
a ring is type not even why they went so hard this offseason. I think they got embarrassed so bad last year. They was just like, we have to like really get like a real team around him. So they went out, they got Grant Williams, they got Seth Curry, they got Rashawn Holmes, JaVale McGee. They lost JaVale McGee, they lost Reggie Bullock. But the pieces they brought in, it's looking like a very different, very improved team. And then like the most important
They still
factor, of
kept
course,
Hardaway.
full season of Kyrie Irving. They got him locked down for 3 years. I think if even if they don't make the conference finals like they did 2 years ago, I think this is probably the best way you could keep Luka happy for the soon like the near future.
uh answering the question of like, do I think this is his best supporting cast? Um, I feel like it's debatable because that supporting cast that he had where Kristaps was there with him and Jalen Brunson, uh, I don't think the Mavericks was using Kristaps the right way. I
I
like
agree with you.
they wanted him to just to be a spot up in the corner when he's really like he can be in mid post getting work. Um, and then Jalen Brunson just never had the ball, so like we never got to see like Jalen Brunson be who he is on the Knicks right now. Like obviously, what he is on the Knicks was there before, but we just never got to see
Saw it. We saw it in
Now we
that last
saw it in
series.
the playoff series, absolutely. But I'm saying like even before that, it's safe to say like that's been there for since he was drafted.
Mhm.
We just never got to see it because Luka was dominating the ball so much. My thing is how is Luka and Kyrie going to be able to coexist being two ball dominant guards? I
We've
think
seen them coexist in
Nah, I'm gonna
games.
be real with you.
I think it'll be
As much as Kyrie's a ball dominant guard, he's a great guard off the ball too.
like that's
Fantastic
what I'm
off
saying.
ball guard.
I think if anybody had to like one of the people who had to adjust to being off ball so much is Kyrie for sure. Cause like he went from Cleveland to having the ball a lot, even with LeBron there. Then when he left, he was the guy, so he was having the ball more. He was the one with the ball a lot. And
Yeah,
then
you're
when he left, it was a bit
Word.
different. So like
Like
I
at
think
this point, he used to it though. He
that's
used to
what
be
I'm
an
saying.
off
Like
ball
I
player.
think
Like after playing with Harden,
yeah, exactly. Like I think this off ball thing is going to be fine for him, and he might even want to be uh the guy to have the ball passed to him rather than him passing the ball. You know what I'm saying?
he's been a two. Like the last two seasons, he's played
Yeah,
like the most minutes at the two.
yeah. So I think it'll be fine. I think we'll get how what we usually get from Kyrie, like 26, 25, and then Luca
That
will
50,
probably
40, 90.
yeah. So and then we'll probably get like 28, 29 from Luca. So
Luca might bug out average 32 again.
I don't know if he'll average 30.
32,
I,
8.
He's not going to be
I,
taking that much shots. If he got this help and this 3-point shooting, he's not taking that much shots. He can't.
I got it for like 27, 8 and 8, or like 27, 9 and 8, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't got him for 30 again. I don't got no one in the league for 30 again except probably Embiid again because he might have to do it.
I got
No way.
a couple players for 30. I got Embiid,
Trey.
Trey, Dame.
Mm.
I still got Dame going for 30.
I don't got Dame going for 30 either. I don't
Nah,
got
it's
Dame
coming.
going for 30. They gotta share the ball now. They don't like they have to.
I'm gonna be real. As well, we can't even let's get off that topic because we gotta go back into the Eastern Conference. But I don't. I need to talk about my Grizzlies.
I feel you.
I gotta talk about my Grizzlies.
I feel
Like
you.
I don't know with Johnson now. I don't know if we're a top 5 team in the West anymore. Like we showed. You feel me? We can hang with the best of the best. Teams have only gotten better. And granted, we got better too with Marcus Smart being an addition to our team, but I don't know if he's enough for us to keep that top 5 spot.
Nah,
But
y'all lost Dylan Brooks, but you know what got me is y'all lost Tyus Jones, which goes
yo,
into my
yo,
question.
now,
You know he was a big
now
Tyus
look,
Jones. He loved Tyus Jones. Best
I
yo,
PG.
love
everybody
Tyus
Not
knows.
gonna
Jones.
be
Everybody knows. You feel me? I always call Tyus Jones the best backup point guard in the league. You
and
feel me?
rightfully so. He definitely was.
So,
Absolutely, it is.
so the loss of Tyus definitely hurt, but the addition of Marcus Smart and his leadership when Ja does come back is what really makes me excited for this team. Like
But it's like,
I,
can he produce the same like on the court, like how that team
I
was
feel like his
going
numbers
when
is
Ja was
I feel like
out,
his
bro?
numbers is gonna go higher. I feel like he's probably gonna have a career high in numbers. Just for the simple fact that one, he's gonna have the ball in his hands way more than he did in Boston. Because if you think about it, he had to worry about giving the ball to JB and Tatum. And he played and he had to play off the ball and playmate. I feel as though on this team, especially with Josh sitting out those 25 games, we're gonna need production scoring wise. And like Marcus Smart can score the basketball.
Nah,
Yeah,
imagine he just spaz out, start putting up like prime Kyle Lowry numbers. Nah, start
yeah.
bugging out.
My biggest thing with the Grizzlies was always, are they focused? Like I feel like that's always my thing with the Grizzlies.
I
They
They
never
not the Hornets.
I know, no, I never understood that question because
no.
if we really go into it, like if we really go into the Grizzlies and then being focused, like
Uh-huh.
they've shown that they can be a young team and produce. Like they got to what they was a top 3 team the past 2 years.
Right.
On top of that, it's like we lost to a Western Conference Finals team last year, and we lost to a champion, the champions the year before that,
Right.
debatably because Ja got hurt. So it's like we're losing it. We're losing a comp. Like we're not losing to no
I'm
team
not
that we
saying, but that's
lose.
not. I'm not basing
And
it off of. Wait. I'm not basing it off of y'all losing. There's a lot of stuff that goes on off the court. This is my this is my question basically. Can Marcus Smart make more of an impact off the court for the young Grizzlies core as well as on the court? I think Marcus Smart is the perfect guy to bring to a young Grizzlies team like that, to be a leader and make those guys. Because granted, Ja is a leader for sure, but the way he leads isn't what they need, if that makes sense. They need a guy who's going to hold everybody accountable when they're doing some BS. And
and
I don't
Marcus,
feel like they undisciplined though. Like I feel like the
they're
only
not
person with off
undisciplined.
the court issues is Ja. Everybody else just be vibing.
nah,
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like, but that's another thing. I feel like nobody on the team is gonna check Ja about what he's doing.
That's
Marcus
fair.
Smart is Marcus Smart
Marcus
is
is
definitely
doing
gonna check
yeah,
Ja about what he's doing. So
yeah,
like
like,
I feel like I feel like we already had a high ceiling. The only thing that scares me and makes me a little worried is the fact that we didn't go add any wings to our team,
yeah.
especially with the loss of Dylan Brooks. Like that's what makes me a little bit nervous. But I like the pickup in Jackson that we drafted him. So
Yeah, I wanted him so bad.
I don't know. This can be a very good team. We gonna have to see after the 25 games.
And another thing is like, is Jaren Jackson going to develop an offensive game? Like that's another thing. Like
I mean, we're not gonna sit here and do this. Like, yes, he might not have the deepest bag that you want to see
deepest
from him,
bag, he don't have a bag. He
but
doesn't have a
But
bag.
like he not like a second option like Bam is. Like at like
No,
the
for
way
sure.
Bam be going crazy and Ja go crazy, it's like he's so good on defense. They really don't. It's not that stress for him to get a
But
bucket.
my thing is when Bane isn't being that second option he can be, Jaren Jackson is the next guy in line. And this man he can't even post anybody up.
what
Like,
do you? We're not.
like,
Like,
am I lying? Am I
yes,
lying?
well, I didn't see.
Lying?
I seen Jaren Jackson post up AD and Braun. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. That one game he was wilding. But like
and then on top of that, it's like
I
when you have Ja going for 27 a game and Desmond Bain going for 21, it's like 19 a game as the depoy with 7 rebounds is super valid in my opinion. Can his numbers go up? Yes, but I feel as though like the
he
way
stopped
people are
shooting them threes that where
If his
that
offense was like looking like Evan Mobley, then it'd be like this is concerning. Like we really need you to like lock in. But he's some
he,
tiers up. Like he's not mid
he
on
does he
offense.
does a job. Now the biggest thing for me is I need him to stay out of foul trouble. That's
Mm.
the
he's
biggest.
not a disciplined shot blocker at all. He jump at anything.
Yeah,
He jump at anything. But I think it's just because he's young. Once he get older, that'll go away for sure.
and another thing.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Go ahead.
I'm itching to talk about Golden State, bro. Cause like I I'm I'm frustrated. Like I'm not even a fan, but I'm frustrated because it's such like the league has changed so much that everybody has gone everywhere. But you look at Golden State and it's still the Steph, Clay, and Dre show, and it's starting. And obviously they doubled down on it, and it got them another ring when people really thought it was kind of over. But at this point, it's kind of getting out of hand. I really don't think they about to really shake up the playoffs, even after they went out and got Chris Paul. And the whole Chris Paul thing in general really like irked me because it was like y'all been a dynasty for so long. Y'all really don't run into like young talent anymore. Like obviously they tried with Kaminga and Wiseman and Moses Moody, and like none of them has really like panned out other than role players. But then you got
But
Jordan Poole, who was like phenomenal. He helped y'all win that fourth championship, and y'all basically sold it off to get Chris Paul. And now they talking about like they're gonna try lineups where he's starting, and it's like what really was the point to getting all that money for Chris Paul?
Nah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like you really got to sit down and think about what they did though, right? So one, Steph is a great two. Like if we thinking about lineups, not two as in number two option,
Like off
as
ball.
in,
That's the greatest off ball player of all time.
exactly. So it's like he has experience of not only playing with another ball dominant superstar, but just Chris Paul getting him the ball is going to be so much easier. One,
Right.
two, we know how great Chris Paul is with young. Like I need to see how he is with Jonathan Kuminga. Like I feel like he's going to untap what we need out of Kuminga to take that next leap in his career, along with Moses Moody.
Right.
And on top, the only thing that does bother me about that trade was one, it's like Harold said, JP is young. Like he still has a lot of learning to do. Like he has a lot of basketball left in the league. And I feel as though, yeah, they didn't explore it and they didn't see that to the fullest potential. But I'm not totally mad at this pickup, even though I do think like for Jordan Poole, they could have gone out and got someone better than Chris Paul. But for what they need, as far as with the rest of the young guys they have, like they need somebody to get them to where they need to be in order for them to take that step to get back to the finals. That's my opinion.
My thing with the Warriors is one, they're getting fried on defense. If Chris Paul is starting, you got Chris Paul, you got
JP played zero defense too. At least like you're gonna get effort out of Chris Paul.
But they still had more size in the lineup. If the starting five is Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, your center is 6'7".
Your center is 6'6", 6'6" and a half.
Like they're getting fried on defense,
and half of them people old. I don't care about defensive.
And then the perimeter defense was already shaky. Now it's even more shaky.
If you look at the end of their season though, Steve Kerr was implementing more zone defense. Like he was in a.
He needs to. They can't guard anybody. Like
their zone defense. Their zone defense was very effective in my opinion when they ran it, and I feel like they're gonna be able. Not many teams is going to be able to get out in transition with them either because, one, if Chris Paul has the ball in his hand coming down in transition, you got to locate two shooters. You got a great wing slasher.
Locate two shooters, even if Draymond Green is getting the rebound and he's the one bringing the ball up the court, that was never an issue. Like,
I'm just saying though. Sometimes Draymond does like do too much and make the wrong play. Like,
absolutely.
Chris Paul is gonna make the right play 9 times out of 10. Like I just feel like with that whole Rockets era of Chris Paul, and then coming into where he was before, it's like people are starting to forget who Chris Paul is. Like Chris Paul is.
I don't think people forgetting who Chris Paul is. I think like he's such a generational loser. Like his stock was already low, but now. But now on top of that, he's like genuinely getting old. Like his game is declining. Like obviously, like when you think about Chris Paul, you think about how elite of a passer he is. Come on, it's all love for Chris Paul though. It's all love though. It's like obviously he's a great passer. Like that part of his game, I don't think it's even possible for that to go nowhere. But like offensively, he was already not like a offensive focused player. His midi is falling off. His three is falling off crazy. As good as a defender as he is, the man's pushing 40. So like I don't care how good you are reputation wise. Like if you're that old, your game is declining because you just can't hang as much anymore. And that goes with like half the Golden State starters. Like Draymond Green, as good as he is, his defense hasn't been good as like good as it's been in like 3 years.
He's not. And how many offense? He's not a threat.
How many years is he signed for?
Who, Draymond?
No,
Chris Paul. I think he got like 2 years
He
left
got,
on his contract, 2 or 3.
bro, he has
It might
30,
be
man.
2. He has 3?
He has 30
Oh,
M's
he has
though. Like,
30. Yeah, I think it was after the finals they gave him that extension.
Yeah. My other thing with the
he said on
Warriors.
the line.
Nah, he is sitting on the bag. He's sitting on the bag. But my other thing with the Warriors is the locker room. Like, so if y'all don't know, like Draymond has openly came out and said how he doesn't like Chris Paul. Like he's said that multiple times. They was just in the gym together. So
I was
like
about to say they were like they're both
That's a
professional.
league thing, bro. Like
But
once they teammates, it's like we locked in. It's like that don't even matter
I,
because
I
they
don't
just
know. Like
focused
I
on
feel
winning.
like me personally, like I feel like Draymond, like I don't think Draymond is capable of doing that. Like that's just me though. Draymond is a very petty person. So like
I agree.
I don't
That's
get
why
it.
KD not in Golden State.
That's what I'm saying. Like Draymond is the reason for two very important pieces of the Warriors leaving. So, like, I don't think Draymond is capable of doing that. And then two, they signed. He's not very much a factor, but it still matters. They just signed Roddy McGruder, and the 2021-22 season. Klay Thompson is over here frying Roddy McGruder on while he's doing his little broadcast. They say, "Oh, he's probably gonna be out. He's probably mad he's gonna be out of the league a few years." And then in a post game presser, you got Draymond saying, "Ain't nobody scared of no Roddy McGruder." Roddy McGruger. So I think like the locker room is going to be a different dynamic. We'll see how it goes. We'll probably like if we hear reports, I guarantee you we're going to hear reports about that locker room. I guarantee it. And Draymond's going to be involved like he always is.
But
So
it's like before that was like Kevin Durant, Jordan Poole. It's like if they fall out and Chris Paul asks out, it's like, do they really lose as long as they still got like they main
they don't
4 or 5
lose.
people?
I mean, we can say what we want. They won with both of them. Like they won with JP
Exactly.
and they won with KD. So it's like
Nah, for sure. But now it's like they lost JP and they got a 40-year-old out of it
I don't
because of
know.
Draymond.
I don't
Like
know. I feel like Steve Kerr might just cook up the greatest scheme we've ever seen. Like he's gonna figure out some type of way to make it work.
they
Like
not
I don't
gonna
know.
win nothing.
I
Bro,
mean,
Steve Kerr don't even be
as
coaching
long as
for
you
real,
got the best
bro.
point guard of all time on your team, you feel me? I feel like they can
They
still.
getting fried on defense. Did I say that already? Yeah, they're
You said
getting fried
that.
on defense. They're getting fried on
I
defense.
think it would be interesting because like the consistent thing about champion Warriors teams was that they was always elite on defense. I don't see the vision this year at all. Like I've been keeping
There's
it real with you.
nothing there. Chris Paul is 6'1", bro,
I
and
mean, even still, we're saying this. Chris Paul can be gone by the trade deadline.
he
So
could be, but he could be. It's a
Paul for
big.
Harden. Nah, he's so
but
nice.
Yo,
it's like
imagine if that happens, cuz oh my god, bro, he hate the Warriors. Like he hate
Harden would never go to Golden State.
He go
he
to China before he suit up behind Steph Curry.
no, he would go to China. He loved China. You know he loved China. He need to go there right now.
Hey, speaking of China, I want to talk about a team with a player who beat the China allegations, the Houston Rockets.
They another team I feel like just had unlimited money. Like I don't know. Like I
Nah,
don't
we know they had
No.
the unlimited GTA had.
Nah, we know they had their limited money, but the Lakers, like, we're gonna get into them though. The
yeah,
Lakers,
we definitely get into the Lakers.
the
I feel
Lakers
like
have knowledge.
LeBron put his salary in that thing. Like,
LeBron,
like it's no way.
he
And
definitely went to
they
personal check-ins for that one. I ain't gonna lie, I don't
He
know.
not they wasn't signing nobody to no little deals. They talking about some 40 mil, 50 mil. Like how?
My only thing is that they had all that money to spend because they've been an AAU team for like the last 3 years. So I'm thinking like, can Ime Udoka, Fred VanVleet, and Dylan Brooks make them an actual real NBA team again?
All right, so yeah. Yeah, I know I'm not a Rockets franchise fan, but they got my coach Ime Udoka. Shout out to Ime. I think you're stupid for cheating on Nia Long, and you messed up the Celtics season prior to that. But you know it is what it is. Who would cheat on Nia Long, bro? Like Anyway,
With all due respect, Joe Mazzulla went out and almost won 70 games.
nah, for sure. Like, shout out to Joe Mazzulla too, but Ime is better. If it's anybody I think could take Jalen Green's game to a new level, I definitely think it's Ime. And Ime is a great two-way like minded coach. Like he has great offensive schemes and he has great defensive schemes. So with this young core and they got good guys like Fred and Vliet. Yeah, I know I don't like Dylan Brooks, but they got a good wing defender in Dylan Brooks. So like I think the Rockets could be like maybe a 7th seed, 8th seed this year.
I was about to.
Nah, that's kind of strong. I'm not even.
I was gonna lead into my question. I was gonna say do the Rockets make the playoff with the new additions added to this team? Like
they losing the play-in.
I say if they get into the play-in, it's a huge win for the season.
I mean, yeah, true, but what's gonna happen with KPJ though?
He's gone. He's not on the team.
He's still on the roster. Like they didn't waive him. What they said is that they looking to trade him for
that's what I'm saying.
Draft
like
assets.
With the addition of Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks, it's got to the point like they don't need him anymore.
It was like on the real. It was weird after they signed Fred because it was like they just drafted Amin Thompson, so it was like somebody was not getting minutes regardless. It's not even a thing losing KPJ anyway because that how I feel about KPJ. He sucks. He's mid. And he's a problem. Like he's genuinely a locker room problem.
He's a locker room problem for sure. But it's my thing is he's a locker room problem, but you haven't really heard nothing about him being a problem with the Rockets. I think like he was actually him and Jalen Green are cool. Like
I think that was the only reason why. It was like he was telling chill out. Remember when they left at halftime and he drove out the arena?
Oh no, yeah, that was crazy.
Oh yeah, it's always something with him. Like him, like
yeah, I forgot about that.
With Silas, they had like a huge clash. Christian Wood was like, "I'm not going back in the game." And KPJ drove home during halftime. I was like, "Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, nah."
Well, that was more so Christian Wood though. I mean, he shouldn't have drove home, but like if Christian Wood, if your coach is telling you like, "Yo, go get back in the game," why are you talking about I'm not getting back in the game?
Nah, that's some high school like.
Yeah, that's some high school junk. Like,
well, we already know Christian Wood sucks too, so it's like, but he on the greener pastures. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, can we get into that Lakers talk now though? Because like, I really want to talk about like how did they get all these players?
I'm just saying this looked like the best roster since the bubble. That's how I'm feeling.
My question was, what's the ceiling for them after the great offseason they had? Like, I don't know how they was able to sign so many people to like $40-50 million deals. I don't know. And then they're gonna give AD a 3-year 100. I don't know how much it was, but he got a 3-year multi-million deal. So I don't know.
Mr. James put in that lead down payment. You feel me?
Yeah.
He said, "This is it.
Yeah,
this is it." And that's how I'm feeling about this season. Like, it's got to be finals for them.
This team is better than that. This team is better than that 2020 team. Like, if you look at Rui and Austin Reeves took a big lead last year in the playoffs. Then I feel as though D'Angelo Russell showed us that he can still be and turned into the greatest shooter versus us, but he showed that he can still be an elite player.
That 2020 team was like defensive gods, bro.
Yeah,
like
AD was healthy. Like I can't. If we get a healthy AD, then yeah, we can say that. But if AD is playing 30 games this year and it's LeBron out there by himself, well, not
that's the thing
by himself.
LeBron gonna mess around and only play 50 games. You feel me?
Yeah, because he just popped the tendon like in his foot. He dropped 40 on it, but
so it's like who really like gonna hold the ship when AD rolled his ankle and LeBron gotta go in the chamber real quick. You feel me?
I feel like Cam Reddish is gonna break out this season too.
But it's like we've been looking for that for like 2-3 teams.
But you want to know why I say this? You want to know why I say what I say now though? It's like I feel as though they know the potential in Cam Reddish, and LeBron's gonna get like LeBron is also great with young players too.
Yeah,
Like
because
Cam Reddish is only 20. He's 24 years old. He
right.
hasn't been able to stay anywhere long enough to develop. Two, he hasn't even been able to touch the floor long enough to develop. So it's like, what are we doing? I feel like the Lakers is gonna give him. I feel like the Lakers is gonna give him a lot of minutes, knowing what he's capable of and what he could do.
Right.
So, and another pickup that I did want to talk about, Gabe Vincent. I like Gabe Vincent a lot.
When I
I,
saw that, I was like, that's kind of crazy.
I like
Cause
Gabe Vincent a lot.
Yeah, I don't like him on the Lakers.
I
Why
feel
not?
like he's gonna be one of those players where like he get to playing with LeBron and he fall off.
Yeah,
But
like
the fact that they still went out and did that was like mad impressive.
yeah,
But no, you got to think about it. Like one, he's their backup point guard
right.
100%.
for D'Angelo Russell, and I feel like he's one of those players that he's gonna give you a quiet 12, and like I'm getting like Tyus Jones vibes from Gabe Vincent. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I don't know. I feel as though Gabe Vincent has a high ceiling with the
I
Lakers this
I don't like him on the Lakers. I feel like Gabe Vincent is a system player. I think the Heat was just a perfect system for him. So like the Heat needed a guard who can like go and get a bucket in the mid range from the three. You know what I'm saying? A gritty defender. Like the Heat needed that. The
year.
Lakers, the but they have that in other areas all around. That's my thing. So like they don't necessarily need him to do anything. I think yeah, I don't think Gabe Vincent is going to thrive there. I think the Heat was perfect for him.
I'm saying like of all the crazy heists that they did this all season, the biggest one came at the end. First off,
He said heist.
what does quit like where does like what's Christian Wood's role about to be? Because we know Christian Wood's suspect when he the center. AD has been phenomenal moving to center. He took the challenge even though he don't like it. Now he talking about he want to play the four again. And then after he said that, they went and signed Christian Wood. So it's like, what's that about to look like? Like, is he going to be they bench big, or is they
I
going
don't.
to be trying to run him with
I
AD?
still don't like. I still don't like Christian Woods playing the center
I
though.
I
I'd
don't
say if
either.
you wanna, I say you wanna please somebody and you want to please AD and let him play the four. I'd rather put Rui at the five than Christian Wood.
I mean,
Rui don't.
They got Jackson Hayes too.
They
Jackson
do
Hayes
have
not
Jackson,
seeing no minutes. So I'm
like,
not gonna
but
hold
he's
you.
not seeing. Yeah, that was just a. That was
But
just. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna lie. For him to be a footer, he got dumb bounce. Like I feel like they can mold him into a great shot blocker.
It's
Like he
like an
already.
intangibles thing though. Like that's why he fumbled New Orleans. Like he just his head wasn't just in it for real.
Yeah, yeah, but like I said, like if you want to make AD happy and put him at the four because he's a 7 footer that doesn't want to play the five. Um, I say put Rui at the five. Like
Rui 6'8" though, bro.
he's six
Word.
eight. He's 6'8" with like a almost what 7'3" wingspan. I don't know. Like I'll put Rui at the five and trust him to guard the bigs.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Minnesota though. Minnesota.
Can I go first for
Yeah,
Minnesota?
you can
Please?
go first.
How big of a leap are we going to see from Anthony Edwards?
That's
I
really
Uh,
all that matters.
that's
feel like that was
I feel
everybody's
like
question.
all our questions about Anthony Edwards.
Nah,
yeah.
I feel. I don't know. It was the leap. I don't know. Like if that's the question that I would say. I feel like the question that I would say for Anthony Edwards is, can we get an MVP season from Anthony Edwards? Like,
That's asking for a lot because it's
Yeah,
is
I
he
feel
can
like
average 30, but
averaged
he play in
25.
Minnesota. You feel me?
He averaged 25 last year
right,
on 79 games played.
right.
I feel like even still, he wasn't even really like. I feel like that was an easy 25 a game. Like he was
Bro, but
cruising.
it's like he's not about to get a better media attention than Luka, Tatum, Jokic, Giannis,
He
Embiid,
definitely has the
LeBron.
personality.
Like
Yeah, he has the personality for it though. Like I feel like Anthony Edwards. I feel like he can do it. I'm not gonna lie.
But the Wolves gotta be good. Like for him to really be in that conversation, the team gotta like overperform for everybody to be like, hold on, like this is an MVP season, and I feel like they're not gonna overperform. I feel like they're gonna be a low seed again, and they're gonna go out in like the first round of the play-in again. And even if Ant take a leap, like nobody's looking at Cat to really do nothing.
Yeah.
Rudy
Cat only played.
Gobert stock as low as it's ever been. I don't even feel comfortable saying his name in front of Mike because it get dangerous. And they don't really got no one else. They got like Mike Conley, who is great for them, mind you, but like it's like it can't just be the Ant show.
Yeah, like I don't know if he's gonna average more than 25. He's gonna average more than 25.
It'll be like 27,
It'll be like
28.
I don't know about 30. 30's like I feel like it's too soon. He's gonna be a 30-point per game.
Mind you, Cat missed most of the season.
I
Yeah,
said he played 29. He only played 29 games. Like
Word.
yeah. What he broke his ankle or something like that. I don't
It
remember what
was
his
it was some injury that was like mad like vague, and he was just going for a grip.
yeah. I think he tore his calf muscle or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't necessarily believe in the Timberwolves. I believe in Anthony Edwards, and that's it. Uh, that's all I gotta say about them. Like,
The Minnesota Ants.
no word. Like, I I feel like he got to get out of there. Like, that's my opinion on it. Like, Minnesota is not where he should be. He's
I
going
feel
to get
like we need to be having that talk like 3 years from now, bro. It's
yeah,
like
but
we be
like
rushing players out where they get drafted too fast now.
yeah, we
I mean,
do. But if for someone like Ant, right, who he averaged 25 his third year in the league, we obviously see the upside in him. He's a great defender. He can score the ball at a high clip. All of this that goes with him. He wants to win. He has a winning mentality. He works hard. All of that. I feel like for young players like that, like if they're in a losing system for too long, like mentally, like that starts getting discouraged. I feel like those young players, like they need to win early. Like they need to feel that.
So send him to Memphis.
Huh?
Right,
I
bro.
said send him to Memphis then.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be hard, but like it wouldn't work out in my
Why
opinion.
wouldn't it work out?
Y'all need shooters, bro. That'll be less shooters.
I'm not
Three
gonna lie.
3-point shooters, 3-point shooters, 3-point shooters, 3-point shooters.
Y'all
Yeah,
got 3 points. They got two of the best 3-point shooters in the league.
They got
yeah,
Luke Kennard
They got
and
Luke Kennard and Desmond Bain.
nah, word.
Desmond Bain efficiency took a major leap last year.
It's going,
Major dip last year.
But
bro.
then you got to think.
What are you
First of
talking
all,
about?
we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Desmond Bain was hurt.
He still
like,
shot 41% from three.
He shot 41% from three coming off of like I forgot what he was injured. But
Like
he was
7
injured.
attempts per game.
Yeah. Like let's chill off my man's DB. For me.
The Pelicans, I feel like
Their whole
I have no like excitement about them no more, bro.
word. Their whole
It's
thing
like
is
I just need it's like it's so obvious Zion's good. Like I just need 1 year, one full season where he's just available. And I just want to see how it looks because he's not like a what if. Like we've seen him play 1-2 seasons and he's been like the most unstoppable person at the rim we've ever seen. But it's like he's just not here.
I don't. My thing, I feel like he got to get out of Louisiana. Like he got to go somewhere boring. I feel like
He
he's
gotta
the
go
one.
to Utah.
Yeah, I feel like he's the one who got to go somewhere boring so he can stay focused. It's just too much going on in New Orleans, bro.
I'm not
Like,
gonna bring up his off the court issues. I'm just gonna say he be injured. You feel me?
yeah, like. But my thing with the Pelicans, I was so like excited for them in the beginning of the season last year. They easily had the best defense in the league. I think it was like top 5 in scoring. Y'all know I love Herb Jones. I love Trey Murphy. So like, and then CJ McCollum seemed to be like revived in a sense. So like I was so excited for them last season. And then it's like as soon as one person got hurt, it's just like it was a domino effect. Everybody else started to get hurt. So it was like I feel like that's another team that is just unlucky right now.
I don't like how we just went through that whole roster and we didn't talk about Brandon Ingram. I just feel like that's crazy.
Because Brendan,
I feel like that's crazy. You feel me?
It has nothing to do with like Brendan Ingram just got to do more, man.
He
like
an NPC star now.
like,
That's what Mike just made it sound like.
Bro, it's like you're saying he has to do more, but he's fitting within the role of his team though. Like
he's he needs to be.
he's averaging 25 a game, bro.
He's been averaging 25 a game for like his whole career. like when I say we need more, like he got to get better at something else other than just scoring the ball.
They've been exploring his playmaking last year. He was playing a lot of minutes at like the 2, like handling the ball.
He averaged like the past 2 seasons. He averaged six assists a game. So like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like with this, I feel like him being a better defender is just what's gonna stand out.
That's my thing. Like he got too much length on defense and he's too agile to not be able to use it on defense. So
I feel like they roster unstable though. Like when they had that magic in a bottle, it was looking crazy. But now like the surrounding pieces, as young as they are, it's starting to be like some questions popping up. Trey, mind you, like Trey Murphy's stock is super high, but he just got hurt, so he's gonna be out for at least like the first couple months.
Yeah,
I'm high on Herb Jones. You high on Herb Jones, but when it was like the nitty gritty in the plane and stuff like that, Herb Jones wasn't locked in, and that's something that's been like talked about more than once now. So it's like now his future is in question in terms of like him starting or being a consistent piece, and then of course like Zion's issue. Like at this point, Zion is Zion, which is crazy because they paid him, and then Ingram like. His money about to be up, and as good as he is, he can easily go somewhere else where it's just more going on as a team.
Where would he go?
I think
Memphis. It's like, no.
So I was about to say he would like for Brandon Ingram, like somewhere where he could just like revive in a sense. Like I would like to see him like. He could be a wing in Portland or something if by that time. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like, do he want to keep being on young teams at this point in his career? Imagine they get him to Memphis though.
Yeah, he's never been on the experienced team.
Well, he was with LeBron. He was with LeBron that first year.
That was the most experienced person he had. Like outside of that,
they were trash that year too.
And it was because LeBron got hurt, Lonzo was hurt. Like
that was the Shaq and Lakers.
Yeah. That's when Lance Stevenson hit my boy Jeff Green with the.
I mean, he could go to Brooklyn.
That's still young though. That's like
young, but it's a different type of young though. Like
Kel Bridges has been to the finals.
Yeah,
Cam Johnson has been to the finals.
It's an experienced young, it's an experienced young, not just a young that is new and learning this thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Mike's Western Conference team? The Fox show, Mr.
Bro, it's like I don't even know what to say. Like they finally broke through. They kept everybody looking good. So it's like going into this season, it was just like, was that a fluke season or not? Which I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Yeah, like that's my question. I was just saying, like, are they a lock for a top 5 team in the West now? Like,
and I think they are.
Yes.
Top 5?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Let's go through the team. The Warriors are not top 5 no more. The Warriors are not top 5 no more in the West.
They wasn't top 5 last year.
It wasn't top 5 last year. Facts.
It was the only reason
why they lost to the Warriors was because Curry dropped 51.
Bro,
so
you got the Suns.
Okay. Who will probably be injury prone, so they'll probably drop. But go ahead.
Lakers, Clippers.
Lakers.
The Clippers always win.
Mavericks.
They not winning. The Clippers not winning this year.
What?
The Clippers habitually be winning all the regular season games.
I feel like the Mavericks is gonna be up there though. So that's 3. I feel like with Chet coming back, the Thunder.
Bro, we about to after this we get into the Thunder. I don't think the Thunder's about to be no playoff lock, bro.
They're not gonna be top 5. They're gonna be
they're gonna be the bottom half. They're gonna be like 7, 6.
Denver.
Word.
Yeah, I don't know why
right.
you ain't say Denver. So Denver, Suns.
Well, that's
but
Mavericks.
they. I feel like the Kings are still such a regular season team where like they gonna win the games. Like they're gonna win the games. Like I can still see them top 5. I can see them like 5th seed, like firmly.
True.
I think there was just last year the only thing stopping them from the second round was Stephen Curry. They were literally about to be in the second
That
round.
was like the worst team that they could play.
Yeah,
in the first round, honestly, because that was like the most playoff experience ever.
But it's like I hate to do this and I hate to get on topic, but like y'all see the level of praise they get. Like, you know what? I'm not even gonna take it there because we know where it's gonna go, and I don't want to take it there. Let's just.
What praise don't the Grizzlies get, bro? What praise don't they
get? It's like our main guy got hurt, and we still getting criticized.
Everybody says that he got hurt. We're that.
They're not trying. They not. You feel me? Nah, I'm not.
But it's like the Kings has been a Make-A-Wish team, though. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
We high on them because it was just like, damn, the Kings is like actually good. They haven't been good since like George Bush. Feel me? So it's like
I think they're going to be my thing for the top 5. Why I think they're going to be a lock for a top 5 team in the West. We in the playoffs, to me, when they were playing the Warriors, I love how calm and poised everyone looked. In my opinion, everybody seemed like they've been here before, even though
I do feel like, my fault to cut you off. I do feel like the Kings did find their identity versus the Warriors too. Yeah. Like as far as like what's gonna win in playoff games and what's gonna get them there, I feel like they found it.
And Mike Brown is an incredible coach.
Nah, Mike Brown is
they was one game away. It wasn't like they just got washed from experience. Like they was
like that's what I'm saying. Like
But then again, we are talking about the worst team away last year. Like the Warriors was the worst team on the road.
It was the worst team on the road, but I still don't think like in the playoffs, all that like regular season
definitely matters. That definitely matters for you.
Bro, because like once it's the postseason, it's like it's the stars. Like it hang on the stars.
But for you not to play well on the road in the regular season and it's magnified times 10 in the playoffs, it's like it's no way you think it's just going to be night and day.
But they lost game 1 at home. They lost another game at home in that series. Like in the playoffs, I feel like that regular season, anything regular season stat wise, like doesn't matter at that point because anything can happen. I feel like regular season stats are like how you measure a team, like in general, like generalized. But like when it's time to focus on the playoffs, it's like everything like that team did in the regular season, regardless if it was good or bad, like it's gone. Anything can happen. Shoot. Caleb Martin dropped 26 a game on us, bro.
Mike, you gotta let it go, bro.
I can't let that go.
Y'all so much better than the Heat now. Y'all not even gonna see them, bro. It's okay. They can't hurt you no more.
D'Angelo Russell turned into.
I ain't gonna lie.
But like, I would rather D'Angelo Russell beat me than Caleb Martin.
You bugging out. I'm gonna be real with you. I would rather Caleb Martin beat me than D'Angelo Russell. I'm gonna be real, because you want to know why? It's like I don't expect that from Caleb Martin. That's what we want. We want.
That's exactly why I would rather D'Angelo Russell beat me. That's exactly why. He was averaging 20 and 10 for not 20 and 10, but like around 20 and 9 for a season before. We know that he's nice. This man,
that's what pisses me off. Him getting the shots that he got. And for him to get the looks, like they didn't make it tough for him, in my opinion. It's like he was just a nobody. If Caleb Martin beats me, I can live with that. I could live with Caleb Martin beating me because I don't expect that from him. He's not in my scouting report.
I get it. Like I get where you're coming from. Like you're coming from like attacking the game as a player. Like we got to make this guy beat us, not Jimmy.
Yes.
Not Ben.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. But as a fan, outside of me being a player, outside of you being a player, I don't want to watch the game and Caleb Martin is killing my team.
Caleb Martin was giving y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch
That's such an old head thing, though.
Not weird.
Bro, OKC. I feel like their biggest gain is Chet being healthy, but I feel like a lot of the talk around the Thunder is kind of magnified because people's stock on SGA is very high. Like in some cases, I feel like it'd be higher than it even should be for real.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that one, Harold, because I feel like he just hasn't done it for too long for his stock to be that high.
Uh,
I think they just think he's sexy. So like out the gate, they just started like glazing him crazy. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
See, here's my thing. Shy has been on a trash team for so long that he's not getting that for y'all to see for my fault for him to get that hype that he's getting. It seems crazy, but he's been what he was doing on the Clippers. He did at a higher rate this year with the Thunder, and now but he had an MVP season. It took him to have an MVP season for him to get the hype that he deserved. Like his team. Look. When you're on a winning team, that also brings hype, but he's never been on that.
But it's like when you look at some homegrown teams that they've made themselves to be a winning team,
right?
Like I feel as though Shot, like this is the first year that he's elevated the players around him too. Like it wasn't just him going for 31 a game. It wasn't just him going for 31 a game that won them games. Like the whole team was bought in on the goal and like what they wanted to do.
Yeah, like, but that young roster isn't just a bad young roster. They're good. They came.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't see why like this. Go ahead.
Yeah, both of the J Dubs is tough. Josh Giddey is tough. Shy is tough. They got a nice young squad around them. But what my thing is, after last season, the hype that he's getting, like averaging 30 isn't normal, bro. Like it's not something that should be taken.
Bro, for you to be on a team that's not making the playoffs, bro, that's like I'm not gonna say that should be normal, but like it's a lot of players like that be either close to hitting 30 a game or get 30 a game.
And their team is probably better than what the Thunder had. So that's what I'm saying though. Like winning brings hype, but he never had that. That's my point. If he was doing what he was doing on the Clippers, well, if the Clippers were winning when he was dropping 24 a game, 25 a game, and if the Thunder was winning when he was dropping 24 a game, 25 a game, he would have had hype for sure. But he needed to do more, and he did that, and now he's getting the hype that he deserves for it. If they win, he's probably going to get more.
Some of the statements that I'm hearing, like top 5 point guards, is crazy. I'm gonna be real.
After last season, he's top 3.
Okay. We're not even gonna get into
right now, though, not in general, but right now.
I just wonder, like, is this I feel like everybody expects it, so it's a lot of pressure for them to execute on it. I'm just wondering, like, is this the year that they break through and become like one of the playoff teams that kind of hang around in the back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can we get to the Nuggets?
I feel like we gotta save the Nuggets for last. They the champs.
They're the champs. You got.
All right. We can do the Suns. We can do the Suns then. We can do the Suns. My question is just as we've seen all these experiments. Obviously, we've seen the Nets. We've seen teams where it's very heavy and the biggest sacrifice is depth, and then it all goes to hell. I I think it's interesting that Phoenix took this direction at this point in the year 2023 because it's just like, do super teams even work for real anymore?
What I was about to say, it hasn't shown that it worked, but the loss of DeAndre Ayton and bringing in those assets does make their team deeper. So
Now
like,
it opens it up a lot. You feel me?
I feel as though, and they like Nurkic isn't a bad replacement for DeAndre Ayton, in my opinion. As far as like he's gonna be as long as he's there in the playoffs,
He
which
sucks,
which is
bro. Like I
He's
can't
the
even feel like
but it's like
version of DeAndre Ayton.
I'm talking like, bro, once DeAndre Ayton gets into his like attitude bag and he starts like pouting, it's over. You lost him mentally. He's done.
Yusuf Nurkic was just hiding behind Dame though.
I mean, yeah, but you don't need him to score though. You don't need Nurkic. You don't like on that Blazers team, Nurkic had to score the ball. Like all he needs to
Nurkic.
really do
When it's
is
May,
defend
Nurkic leg gonna be in a boot and he gonna be on the sideline, and that man Bismack Biyombo gonna be holding it down in the paint.
Word to word. Whole time.
I feel like even though we've seen like the history behind these big super teams where these offensive heavy players join forces, this isn't the worst that it could have been, in my opinion.
In
Like
my, go ahead, you done?
it could have been a lot worse, but go ahead.
In my opinion, this is worse to me. Because you got one young guy, Devin Booker, in terms of your superstar, right?
Yeah.
But you got two older guys who aren't healthy. Like that's my biggest thing with the Suns. They're not healthy. Like the fact that you have four guys and your starting five who are injury prone, like that's not something to take lightly. Like so I do think that it's worse because they're not healthy. You got this super team, but your superstars aren't healthy. You know? Like I can't see past that. I can't.
My thing is like they lost Chris Paul. Obviously, like he was the asset that they used to get Bill. Chris Paul's a pure point guard. He's probably the purest point guard that we've, like talked about the last almost 20 years. Now they had this team, it's loaded. They've been working on the depth. They still don't have a point guard, bro. It's like I know Book can facilitate. They said like mad early after the trade that like Bradley Beal was going to be the point guard. I'm not trying to watch no team where Bradley Beal trying to facilitate, bro. I don't take Bradley Beal seriously as a player, bro.
Yeah, I can't watch.
Whoa.
I can watch,
bro. He's an empty stat. He's empty stats king, bro. I don't care. He's a finesser.
We're not about to. Okay, I don't take.
I gonna lie. That's crazy.
That's not taking Bradley Beal serious as a point guard. Cool, I can live with that.
Yeah, for sure. But as a player,
he's also getting older, bro. Like he don't move no needle for me. He don't play defense. He don't score, and it mean nothing, bro. It's never been a season where Bradley Beal went crazy like this, and it meant something.
The past two seasons, he's averaged 6 assists a game without him being a point guard. And I'm not gonna lie, a steal and a half a game is not that bad. So I feel as though he can take, like, as far as Bradley Beal and his desire to win now that he's out of Washington, I feel like defensively he's gonna take a leap, and his playmaker for him to be a point guard, his playmaker, he's gonna be not an elite playmaker, but I feel like him facilitating the ball isn't going to be as bad as people think it is.
Book is going to facilitate the ball. I don't know how anyone would go with anybody else being a facilitator with the team that they have right now. If the team you have right now and you don't choose Book to be the one facilitating the ball, something's wrong with you. But like Bradley Beal is still Bradley Beal. If he's healthy, he's going to produce. Like we can't disrespect Bradley Beal now. This man was almost a scoring title.
Where he averaged 30 back to back.
Yeah,
the 2019-20 season and 2021.
Yeah, he almost was a back-to-back scoring title. So like a winner.
It's
So like,
fake, bro. I just feel like it's fake. I
nah,
feel like
I
it's
get you
fake.
though. Like,
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it.
I get you though. Like, him doing all that didn't mean nothing for the Wizards. Like, it didn't take him nowhere. I understand that. I do, but the Wizards suck. Like, they
Like,
suck. Like what more? Daniel Gafford was their starting center. What
Oh,
do you,
chill out there, Gafford. He tough.
bro?
He tough.
Katie dropped him crazy last year. He's not tough. He's not
Nah,
tough.
face on the floor, not crazy though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's not tough. Like he didn't have and granted, like he had Kyle, but Kyle didn't really emerge yet. Like we finally seeing Kyle like grow into himself more. Like Kyle was still figuring himself out in the league, but now like he finally figured it out. Like he know what he could do. He didn't have that version of Kyle then, so he had to go and drop 30, and they would lose. It's not like it's nothing he could do about that, bro. His team sucked. His team sucked.
I just feel like
He did have
if
Russ. He did have Russ. He had one last good year of Russ,
I mean,
but
but that's another player who don't really impact winning, you know, hiking.
exactly.
But like, I'm not going to knock it no more. I feel like it's just something like I got to see it. I got to see it because like this is the year where it's really going to be like who is Bradley Beal? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just like I got to see it first. Like I'm not saying he can't do it, but
Like
it's
this
like
is gonna be like how we've been talking about revivals all day for people. I feel like this is gonna be the revival of Brad Bill this year.
that's fair. That's fair.
I
Speaking of
I just
revival, oh no, go ahead.
I just don't think the Suns is gonna be healthy. That's just
I
my
feel like that's what it's going to come down to.
yeah, like they could be great. It's just none of them are healthy. So
Speaking of revival, are the Spurs revived?
No,
no,
No, no. Quick
no,
answer, no.
no,
But
no.
nah. I feel like
obviously, no. Go ahead.
like realistically speaking, though, he's Wemby's in the perfect organization as far as international.
They high key
As,
still might be the worst team in the league. I'm not even gonna
oh no,
get.
for sure, easy.
Easy,
But
easy.
but like I said, international player. Pop has great relationships with international players. He has great history with international players.
Great
That
history
coaching
with
staff,
power forwards.
word, that coach bigs in general, power forwards and center.
Yeah, yeah, Biggs
Like
and
like I feel as though for the development of his career, he's in the perfect situation.
yeah,
But
Mm.
as far as for him to win, like it's just not. He's gonna have to wait his time.
yeah.
But
Right.
he's the perfect player to build around, though, for sure. I feel
I
like
feel like go ahead.
I feel like in the next like 6 to 7 years, maybe if he's still in San Antonio, I feel like they're gonna be a team to be worried about, in my
I
opinion.
got I got two things because like first, obviously, like with Pop, that's like a big point of interest. Like he had D Rob, he had Tim, and he had those dynasties that he built. But like I like at this point, bro, like Pop's so old, bro. It's like it's not even gonna be enough time for like
No,
for Wimby to like flush out and see something like contending with like Pop.
nah, that's definitely factual. But like, as far as him at least having a season with how Pop is and how Pop works, like I feel like that's something for him to build off of.
It's
Like
also like how fast he gonna adjust in the league because he built weird. Like I
oh
don't know
no,
really like how he about to flush with the bigs
yeah,
in the league.
yeah, he's
Yo,
definitely gonna get punished because he was
Joel
getting punished
Embiid,
by
Joel Embiid and Giannis is killing him. He's
I
dying on the
wish.
site.
But they
No,
were
run.
saying the same thing about Chet, so it's like now it's like a double thing. Like we're gonna see how
Nah,
they
I heard,
both about to.
I heard Chet put on some pounds though.
He
He's still
People,
did.
getting
people,
ran over. He's still getting ran over. Like is bro. He's not
oh,
Giannis.
you just better
So
hope. You just better hope Wemby doesn't put on the pounds that
that
Giannis.
that if that happens, then I'm concerned because like oh
It's
my god,
over. It's
it,
over.
it's cooked for the. Well, if he develops to like the height that he has right now, and he puts on that size, yeah.
It's
But
over.
it's like, yo, if that happens, bro, I'm not
International players
like,
win.
yeah,
International players win.
it can't. We like what they eating over there? Like,
Word.
they eating something like they eating kryptonite, or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro.
Um, we about to get to Denver. Y'all want to talk about Portland, or you feel like we already talked about Portland?
We
We
talked
talked
about
about Portland.
we talked
We talked
about
about Portland.
Portland.
All
I feel
right,
like
all right.
I need to know one team before we do finish, even though like we gotta show them some respect, even though it's gonna be a quick conversation. The Utah Jazz.
Word, I was about to
Like
say that's the last one we
like
got.
That's
Before.
it.
Utah, like what are like what's like who are they? Like that's my question. Like
I just feel like it's not nothing to get excited about. You feel me? Like they star is mid. No disrespect. I love Laurie, but it's like you know what I'm saying. Nobody no one was going to the All-Star game talking about like I want to see what Larry Markin about to cook up. You feel me? The jerseys
nah,
is mid. You feel
one thing
me?
I can't say though. One thing I can't say about the Jazz, and I was talking to Mike about this. They got a hidden gem in Keontae George. I will not lie to you.
Yeah, you
Bro,
got
I wanted Keontae George in the draft. I'm not gonna hold
That
you.
man, that man is a walking bucket. I will not lie to you. And on top of that, I feel like he can be a great defender.
He's getting
Like
minutes too, cause like they
for
point
sure.
guard situation been weird.
Yeah, because
For
like
sure, he's
he
for
was
sure
trying to
getting
get
minutes.
rid of Colin Sexton, then they never got rid of Colin Sexton. I don't know what's going on. I
Colin
don't know.
Sexton made me sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I-
he was really supposed to be like him. He was supposed to be one of those.
yeah,
He just
yeah.
been
Like
like
I feel
mid.
the Jazz are a fake franchise. We don't even gotta talk about them, bro. Like I can't get into the Jazz, bro.
Bro,
Like
John
look,
Collins don't move you.
yo, yo, John Collins. If he don't got an elite point guard around him, he's not effective. He got that
He
early in
about
his
to be
career.
real ineffective then.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like Trey Young made him look better than what he was.
For
That's
sure.
100% true.
So like I can't he don't move me. The only person that moves me on the Jazz is Laurie. I love Laurie Markkinen. That's what like he tough. He tough. He's a bucket.
Hey,
That's it.
Utah, I'm sorry, but you mid. So we gotta talk about the reigning champion, Denver Nuggets. I feel like it's such a flawless team. I don't really even got no questions for them that really involve like stuff that matters. I feel like the weirdest thing about that team is Jamal Murray in terms of his career. Like now he has the clout. Now like people is really like talking about him highly. But it's like you look at his individual awards and he really don't got anything. So it's like
Right.
now that he got the ring, now that he got the clout, now that everybody know who Jamal Murray is, it's like will he start getting decorated with like real
No.
regular season honors? Like is he about to get an all-star appearance? Is he about to be on an all NBA team? Like stuff like that.
Nah, it's too many.
It's
It's
too
too
much.
many.
It's too many. Yeah, what
Yeah,
Mike was about to say.
It's too many elite guards. It's too many guards that he's just not better than.
But it's
Uh,
politics. It's
Yeah,
politics. Now he's
but
a champ. You feel
for
me?
you to be a guard, for you to be a
no
point guard,
fan, no fan is voting Jamal Murray over anybody in the
Hold your
West.
breath. Hold your breath, bro.
for you,
Because when that
yo,
ballot come and he got more votes than De'Aaron Fox, you gonna be hot. You gonna be
De'Aaron
yo,
Fox,
hot.
yo,
with Dame gone, De'Aaron Fox is a lock for All Star, bro. With Dame
yeah,
gone, lock.
and I'm not gonna lie, for you to be a second option and a point guard averaging 26 and 4, like that's not enough. I'm not gonna
It's
lie,
not.
it's,
So
it's
yeah,
not
like
enough.
like he's not gonna that yeah, he's just not gonna get no individual awards. My
And on
thing,
top of that, like they won in the right time, like the right timing too, because
yeah,
that hump that it took them to get here, like it just went from that hump to an even bigger like now the team that this championship team that they have now isn't enough in my opinion.
yeah,
It's
that was my
not.
next question. I was like, are the Nuggets still a legit option to win it? I mean, a legit option to win a championship after all the moves were made in the West.
They still gotta be top three though.
Top three what?
Like contender wise in the West, you still gotta give them at least the benefit
Yeah,
of the
in the
Oh,
doubt.
in the
West.
West, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought you meant in the league. I was about to say, I don't know about top.
Nah.
Yeah,
They
yeah, for
they they,
sure.
they top five
Nah, they're top three.
Like total.
No, they're
total. They're
oh,
top five
top
for
six.
sure.
Top six.
Yeah.
Six. I
Ah,
think six.
It's like I got Celtics, Bucks, Phoenix, Nuggets. That's my top four.
Okay,
I high key might take the Lakers over the Nuggets again if they play again, bro.
yeah,
I'm not
that's
gonna
what I
lie.
was thinking. Like I'm
So that's
thinking,
five. They still either way they still make the top five. So
I can't even give Phoenix no love for real. I just don't feel it. You feel me?
not word, but you got it's the you feel me? Beginning of the
It's
season
the
projection.
principle. Like all right, I feel you.
You got to.
yeah.
So
I
hey man,
Hey,
that's
I,
episode 2.
I think we got through it.
Now
So
we got some heat for the next 2 weeks though.
yeah. Next week gonna be
Like I've been counting down for this. I ain't gonna lie to you.
next
we
week.
got through the episode 2. We got through them questions. Hey, next week I'm gonna need y'all to tune in because we're gonna start breaking in them top 10 rankings. And we're gonna start with the guards. And I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get very hot. It's gonna get very hot.
Get super hot. It's gonna get super hot.
So
As soon as Jog fall under 5, and they ain't gonna lose it.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real. As a true, like, you feel me? Looking at the stats and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't top 5 as of right now. So
That's
you
gross.
gotta chill. You gotta chill.
That's
I've
gross.
been doing my research already. You gotta relax.
That's growth. That's growth. I'm proud of you.
hey
Hey,
man, if you enjoy, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, make sure you get that 5-star. We're gonna see you
Yep.
next week.
Make sure
We
y'all
got
go tell a
content.
friend.
Make sure tell a friend to tell a friend.
Word.
Make sure you follow the socials. We on Instagram. We on TikTok. You feel me? We got YouTube. We got the shorts going. And yeah, we're gonna see y'all next week.
See y'all next week. Tune in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Yes, sir.